Hey everyone, CJF Hotshot here. It's Comic-Con time, everyone. The time of year, like specifically New York Comic-Con as well. So this is the Comic-Con where they actually announce stuff about the comics. And there have been like some pieces of news that have come out so far. There might be more news out by the time this video is out, but I'm not interested in that right now. I'll probably do a follow-up on this video where I just talk about, New York Comic Con for DC in general and just the stuff that I thought was like notable to talk about. But today, I specifically want to talk about Action Comics and Superman in general, because yesterday, at the time of recording this video, DC Comics announced a brand new initiative for Action Comics called Superman Superstars, where they're taking different creative teams for 3 months at a time throughout 2024 and making them tell 3-issue long Superman stories in Action Comics. They have Jason Aaron and John Timms doing the first arc, which it kind of makes sense since it's a new era of Superman, which is just like, we need John Timms in for the first few issues, because that's just how it's been, because that's how it was in 2021, so that's how it's going to be in 2024. I think that's why. So that's happening there, and then after the Jason Aaron arc, we're getting Joshua Williamson working with Rafa Sandoval on another 3-issue arc, even though Joshua Williamson is already doing a Superman book. But I digress about that. What I really want to talk about is the state of Action Comics because of that. Since they're doing Superman Superstars, it means that Action Comics loses writer Philip Kennedy Johnson. And that is honestly like devastating and heartbreaking. Because like, if you were to ask me personally, who wrote my favorite Superman stories, I'd say Philip Kennedy Johnson. I love The One Who Fell. That's one of my favorite stories ever. And I'm thrilled about like just the War saga like as a whole. And I even love like Kal-El Returns. Like I love all of the issues of that. I haven't read Dawn of DC Action Comics yet because I'm trade waiting. But it is such a shame that like Philip Kennedy Johnson is leaving Action, because that's always like, it's like Jeremy Adams on The Flash. It was such a secure fixture, and you didn't have to worry about an issue of Action Comics being bad, because you know how this guy understands Superman after a while. And Superman's fan base, I know, was very confident in what Philip Kennedy Johnson was doing, and it is kind of a shame we're losing that in 2024. Of course, DC kind of neglected that fact, so it was like a big question mark on Twitter for a bit. I thought he could just be leaving for a year, like how Mark Waid and Brian Augustine did for The Flash for a bit. But nah, Philip's just kind of leaving, which is very unfortunate. He said on Twitter that he might still have Superman stories to tell, but it might be in different books. But that still means that he's left Action. Which, more depressingly, I think, means that there's only one Infinite Frontier creative team left, and that's Nightwing, and I do not have a too positive opinion on Tom Taylor's Nightwing run right now. It's like neutral to negative. It's like a 4 out of 10, if you were to ask me, because nothing happens. But anyway, you know what? We're not talking about Nightwing today. We're talking about Superman, and just kind of what this means. So they have big talent on Action regardless now. I'd argue that Philip Kennedy Johnson was the biggest talent on Action to begin with, but they still have big talent on Action. Joshua Williamson's still going to be writing Superman. Apparently they're doing a Western arc. I really like that Jamal Campbell cover of a cowboy Superman. I really like it. Yeah, that's all for this video. I just wanted to say, to just like announce on my YouTube that, it's DC are kind of losing Comic-Con right now because they lost their biggest writer on Action. Yeah. Alright, peace out everyone.